Welcome to the Island Life. Welcome to the channel, and if you aren't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Join this Island Life community channel, and this year we are filming a new series where I am on my island in the Thousand Islands, New York, and it's all going to be about the island life that I lived during the summer months on a private island in upstate New York on the St. Lawrence River, and it's called the Thousand Islands, New York. Let me know in the comments if you are familiar with the Thousand Islands, New York. Glad you're here. And we are roughly 40 days away from our departure to the island. The ice is melting. The seaway, the St. Lawrence Seaway, is actually open, so the shipping is actually going on right now. The shipping channel is open. And the St. Lawrence Seaway is the doorway to the Great Lakes and the shipping channel. All the shipping that happens from Europe, anywhere in the world, going up to the Great Lakes happens through the St. Lawrence Seaway. All right, everybody, I'm so glad you're here. Let's pick up some subs. How about some new subscribers that I want to pick up? That's why I'm going live in the vertical mode here on YouTube and the Island Life channel, because, you know, it shows up in the shorts feed, and a lot of times I pick up some new subscribers, and now is the time. Let's start growing this channel. If you're interested in boating, being on the water, the island life, sometimes it can be quite challenging and it can be quite trying, and most of the time it's quite spectacular. And so join me this summer on the Island Life channel. You're not going to be disappointed. And as I was saying, roughly, 40 days away. But right now, still here in Florida. It's actually 84 degrees right now. It's a nice, hot, sunny day. I'm on the Space Coast. We're getting actually ready for a big launch here. I think we got a manned spacecraft going up here on the Space Coast in just a couple days, I believe. And I better check my schedule. Maybe we can get some video of that. But here I am, still in Florida, still nice and hot, playing tennis. But when we get about 40 days away from island time, it's time to start thinking of preparation. I have to drive up to the island, which is about 20 hours from here. And I have to drive because I still have a cat that's hanging on. She's 19 years old. And so, I mean, I suppose I could fly her up and then ship the car, but never had her on a plane. So, gonna continue to drive while she's alive. Driving to the island, I usually take 2 nights, 3 days. Sometimes I do it in 1 night, 2 days. Since it's about 1,350 miles, I'll do, 800 one day, and then I do about 5,500 miles on the next day. But that causes me to drive about 12 hours one day. Hey, thanks for checking in. It's the Island Life. Listen, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm 40 days away approximately, depending on the weather, from opening up the island. And we're going to start filming our series on Elm Tree Island in the Thousand Islands, New York. Let me know in the comments if you know where the Thousand Islands is, if you've been there, you're familiar with it. It's actually where the dressing name came from, Thousand Island Dressing. And so my own private island that was handed down from my grandmother to my mom and dad and now to me. And so I've been going there for over 55 years. And this year, we actually filmed the movie on the island. It's on YouTube right now. It's called Devil's Island 2021. Check it out. It's not the greatest story. It's a horror film, not that bloody. And you'll get an idea of what the island life is like on this movie. So subscribe to the channel, and you will, I'm going to be taking you along and all my exploits, all the troubles and with the boating life on the island, the struggles, and of course all the spectacular sunrises, sunsets, and days on the water in the St. Lawrence River. Most of the time it's great, but sometimes we have our challenges, right? Sometimes it's just a work in progress. It's a labor of love, like going to the grocery store. I got to get in the boat, It takes about 5-6 minutes by boat to get to the mainland. And then I dock my boat at the Chippewa Yacht Club in Chippewa Bay, New York. And then I drive to the grocery store about 15 minutes, about 12 miles. Load up the groceries, back to the dock, put everything in the boat, back to the island, unload it, into the island. And so grocery shopping alone can be kind of, that's a labor of love, but it's going to take a few hours. Can't just run right down to the store. But on the island, I have all of the luxuries of normal life. We have electricity, normal toilets. Got quite a septic system that I have. Quite involved. It's an aerobic system that we put in a few years ago. Cost $30,000. But luckily for all of us, there's a river, Save the River organization that is very strict on all the septic systems on the islands. They inspect all the islands to make sure everybody's in compliance. And that assures us that most of the time the water stays nice and clean and clear. And it's great for us swimming, snorkeling. And I'll be taking a lot of videos this summer for sure. But we want to make this channel jump off this summer, the island life. So if you haven't already, subscribe, share it with your friends. R3. Oh, all right. How are you, man? Yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. The Island Life. Thousand Islands, New York, everybody. It's my island. You can actually check it out right now if you want. You can go to Google Earth and search Elm Tree Island, Hammond, New York. Elm Tree Island. ELM Tree Island, Hammond, New York. That's where I'll be filming from. And if you're already subscribed on the channel, check out the playlist. Let's get some plays on these old videos that I've already taken on the island. And let's build this channel up. I got another channel that's all based on self-improvement, personal growth, but this channel alone is going to be niched down to just the island life. Life on the water, right? Boating, dealing with the bugs on the island, the different times of year, the different critters and animals we have to deal with, and just getting to the island, opening up. Actually, I don't open up the island. I have a guy, Bird Tate from Chippewa Bay. He opens up about 500 cottages. But yeah, I tell him when I'm arriving. He gets to the island a week or so before I do, and then he opens it up. He puts the water pump in the water, checks out all the sinks and the toilets, makes sure they're running properly. And if there's any repairs that need to be made, he makes them before I arrive. So when I arrive to the island, Chippewa Bay, New York, everybody, I get out of my car at the Chippewa Bay Yacht Club, and luckily Jed and Jordy Brown have put my boat into the water. It's waiting at the dock. And so I load everything that I've taken here from Florida, and I put it in the boat, and I get over to the island day one. And I'm going to take you along with me on day one, because opening up on day one is quite an exciting thing. And then the first 2 days is really just taking all the outside furniture out of the cottage, unrolling the carpets, vacuuming, taking all of the sheets, stuff off the beds where we've covered them up, and open up the windows, get the fresh air into the cottage. And that's just kind of the opening day or two. But that's kind of exciting when you first arrive at the island. I want you there with me, so subscribe to the channel right now. The Island Life, baby. There's nothing like it. Getting excited. And I'll be visiting some characters around Chippewa Bay, Alex Bay, New York. And I'll take you along with me. And when I go over to Luann at the store, maybe I'll take you along with me. Let me know what you think. I'm thinking I'll do maybe, it'll be a weekly series every week. And I'll film throughout the week, edit it up for that one episode every week. And then I'll do some lives along the way. And maybe I'll put up a live camera facing out of the island onto the water. And you can see everything that happens. All the fishermen that come around right outside my bedroom. And all those crazy things that happen in the island life. So everybody, please subscribe to the channel. We're going to build this baby up before we even get to the island. 40 days away about. I'll check the weather as I get close to the time. Now last year, I went up on May 15th, I arrived. And day one, it was 80 degrees on the island. Day one. And I thought, this is beautiful. What a beautiful day to arrive. Many times, my wife and I used to arrive on the island. It would be raining and pouring. But last year, sunny, beautiful on the island. And the next day, down to 40 degrees. And then I had about 10 days of 38 to 48 degrees. I had a fire for 10 days in a row. And that was, you know, it was very depressing to be locked down in the cottage for 10 days in a row. At the time, wife had filed for divorce. So alone in the cottage, kind of, you know, hunkered down because of the cold, cold weather, right? I had one warm day. And so until about May 26th or 7th, it was freezing. I had to have a fire. All right, everybody, thanks for checking in. I'm glad you're here. The Island Life channel is going to thrive this summer, and we're going to have some great episodes this summer. And so let's build this channel up. If you like anything to do with being on the water, boating, snorkeling, it's going to be freshwater, St. Lawrence River. And if you haven't been around the Thousand Islands, New York, then I'm going to be taking you on a tour. You're going to go around. We're going to visit a couple of castles and the Frederick Remington Museum and Frederick Remington's cottage that still stands there today. And if you're familiar with the Thousand Islands and you've been there as a kid or in the past, or you go up, more reason to subscribe to the channel. All right, everybody, you know I love you. I will see you in the next episode as we get closer to heading out to the island, Elm Tree Island. I'll start making some more videos. Until then, maybe once a week I'm going to check in. All right, thanks for subscribing. Pass it on to your boating friends.